Hello. In this session, we're going to add on to what we did in our Balance 101. Again, if you don't have something to use as a staff or pull something solid, use furniture or a wall. Start standing, legs parallel, hip distance. Just bend your knees a little bit, not a lot, and then straighten your legs. That's all you do. Just bend, staying over both legs evenly, and straighten. My body's just staying fairly perpendicular, and return. If you're more comfortable, you can let your hips go back and lean forward. That'd be more like a squat, and that's fine as well. Just get your knees to bend and find a variation that works for you. No pain to your knee joints. Don't go down too deep. Great. Now we're going to bend our knees and stay bent. We shift. I'm going to shift away from my pull side arm to bring my body weight over the other leg. Now that your knee is bent, it'd be more tempting to let that hip go out to the side. Try not to. Try and have your shoulder and hip to be perpendicular over that leg as much as you can. Easy. Now, you're going to try and pick up that floor side heel or foot. Put the toes heel down and shift back over to the bar with two legs evenly weighted and straighten both legs. So your knees are bent the whole time there. You bend your knees, same thing. I'm going to shift away from the pull. Try not to let the hip go out to the side. My shoulder and hip go over my leg directly. Pick up the pull side, heel, maybe toes, keeping your standing leg bent. Put the toes, heel back down, two knees bent. Shift back over to two legs evenly, straighten both knees. Again, bend, breathe. Shift over without the hip pressing out to the side. Easy. Pick up the floor side, heel, toe with the bent leg. Toe, heel back down. Shift back over to two knees bent and straighten both legs. Other side. Just bend your knees here and then straighten. And again, bend, breathe, and straighten forward. It's a small mini bend just to get your joints to have some fluidity to them and to say, well, hey, I'm asking you to do something here too. Get them ready to move. Easy. Great job. Here we go. Now bend your knees. Keep them bent. Shift away from the pull side arm without the hip going out to the side. You got to shift your hips and shoulders in one piece. Pick up the pull side, heel and or toes, or whatever you're holding on to. It may not be a pole, maybe a piece of furniture. Toe, heel back down. Both knees stay bent. Come back over both legs evenly. Straighten both knees. First, you bend. Then you shift in one piece over that standing leg. Pick up the other heel, maybe the toes, your choice. Toes, heel down, both knees are still bent. Come back over both legs evenly and then straighten both knees. Again, bend and then shift. Easy. Pick up the supporting the arm side, heel, maybe toes, staying over that other bent leg. Toes, heel down. Come back over to two knees bent and straighten to return. And I'm going to try and do a little bit different. Bend your knees. You're going to shift towards your supporting leg, so towards the arm that's working. Pick up the other heel, maybe toes. The standing leg is bent. Toes, heel down. Come back center. Two knees bent. Straighten both legs. Bend both knees. Shift towards the arm that's supporting you. Both knees bent. Pick up the non-supporting arm side, heel, maybe toes. Knees are bent. Toe, heels back down. Bent knees. Come back center. Then straighten both legs so your knees stay bent the whole time there. Bend. And then shift. Just pick up the other foot without straightening your standing leg at all. You got it. Toes, heel down. Come over center. Straighten both legs. Other side. Bend both knees. Shift towards your supporting arm side, again without the hip going out to the side. Pick up the non-supporting side, heel and maybe toes. Toes, heels down, both knees are bent. Shift onto two knees being bent and stand up tall. And again, bend, easy. Shift towards the supporting arm. Stay tall. Pick up the non-supporting side, heel, maybe toes. Put them down. Both knees are staying bent there. Come back onto two legs evenly and straighten. One more time. Bend, easy. Shift over to the supporting side. With the bent knee, try and pick up the non-supporting heel, maybe toes. The standing leg stays bent. Toe, heel, back down. Shift over to two legs and then stand nice and tall. Now, I'm going to step the same side foot forward as supporting arm. Bend both knees here and then straighten, easy. Now here you might feel like your weight's more on your back leg than your front leg because you're bending, and that's fine. 4, you may feel like when you bend you go forward a bit, and that's fine as well. 3, just use both legs as evenly as you can. Everyone's got a different restrictions and stuff with their ankle and knee. 2, one more time, easy. Now I think you know what's next. Bend. Now you shift forward onto the front leg. Pick up the back heel. can you pick up the back toes down? As you reach the heel down, you can shift back to two legs with two knees being bent, then straighten both legs. It's challenging. Bend both knees. Shift forward. The back heel may lift when you shift forward because you have to come forward enough so that you can pick up that back foot in your mind, right? Make sure the hip doesn't go out to the side. Pick up the back toes if you can, keeping the front knee bent. Toes down. As the back heel comes down, you can shift onto two legs with both knees bent and then straighten both. And again, bend both knees. As you shift forward and over onto that supporting leg, onto it directly. The back heel can lift to do that. Now, keeping the front knee bent, whole foot down to it and pick up those back toes. Back toes down. As the heel comes down behind you, shift back to two legs with both knees being bent and straighten both legs. Let's do the other side. It's tricky, and you're welcome. Easy. Bend both knees, legs hip distance, knees bent forward. Now, hips shift forward and over to that standing leg. The back heel can lift to do so. You've gone so far forward that you can pick up those back toes if you wanted to. Back toes come down. Now to shift back, the back heel can come down, then straighten both legs. Both knees bend. Shift forward, the back heel can lift. Shift over onto that standing leg. Pick up those back toes if you can. Front knee stays bent. Back toes down, breathing. Heel may not be down yet. To put the heel down, you shift back to two legs and then straighten. One more time. Both knees bend, both heels down. You shift forward and over to be onto that straight leg. The back heel can lift to do so. Now, can you pick up those back toes? You're keeping your front knee bent gently without pain to your knee or ankle. Back toes down. The heel will not be down. Shift back, two heels down, and straighten to return. That was excellent. Now, I'm going to switch my legs. The arm that supported me is the opposite side of the front leg. Again, you have your weight even between both legs as much as you can. You're going to have more weight to one than the other. That's okay. We're going to go back in space. Bend both knees. You're going to shift back towards the supporting arm side leg. You have to go back quite a bit. Try and pick up the front heel, maybe toes. Toe, heel down. Shift forward, two knees being bent, both legs even. Straighten both legs. Yeah, you can bring your feet closer together if that was too much. Give your knees a bend. Shift to the back supporting arm side without the knee going out to the side or the hip. Can you pick up that front foot easily or just the heel? Put it back down. Shift forward with bent knees and return. And again, one more, bend. Again, as you shift back but also over onto that standing supporting leg. It's not just back directly. Pick up the front heel, maybe toes, keeping your standing knee bent. Toes, heel down. Shift forward with two knees bent. Then straighten to stand tall and switch. That was really, really good. Again, knees face forward, hip distance. Both knees bend. Shift back in space. Keeping the back knee bent or over that back leg directly. Pick up the front heel, toes. Hip does not get to go out to the side. Toes, heel down. Shift forward on both knees being bent. Straighten both legs. Adjust this supporting arm to be where it needs to be. Being closer, further away from you. Bend both knees. And then shift to the back leg. So you shift back and over to that standing leg side, supporting leg. Pick up the front heel, maybe toes. You got it. Toes, heel down. Shift forward and straighten. One more time like that. Bend both knees. Great. Shift back to the back leg. So you shift back and over to the side to get on that leg directly. Pick up the front heel, toes. That's right. Toes, heel down. Shift forward with knees being bent, two legs evenly weighted, and straighten both legs. That was great. Now, we're going to go side to side here. You can use your pole still. Bend both knees. Shift to one side. You choose. Pick up the leg that you're not on. Put it down. Come center. Straighten both legs and shift sides. Bend both knees. Shift over, keeping the hip in line with your body. Pick up the non-supporting foot as much as you can gently. Put it back down. Both knees are bent. Come center. Straighten both legs. Other side. Bend. Shift. Standing leg is bent. Other foot lifts as much as you want to. Put it back down. Two knees bent. Come on to two legs. Two knees bent. Stand tall. Other side. Both knees bend. Shift over. Keep your standing leg bent. Try and pick up the other side foot. Staying very tall. Bring the foot back down with two knees bent. Come center. Two legs evenly weighted. Two knees bent. Stand tall, switch sides. One more time. Bend. Great. Shift. Nice. Get the knee bent to lift. Great. foot down, come center between two legs, straighten, switch sides, great, bend, nice, shift, take your time, pick up the heel, maybe toes, great job, toes, heel, back down, come center between two legs, straighten to stand tall. Now, you can repeat that as is, or you can try and not use the balance, or just have a wall or something starting next to you in case you needed that. Here we go. Bend. Pick a side, shift, staying tall, hip doesn't go out to the side. Pick up the floor foot and put it down. Come back between two legs, knees bent, and stand tall. Straighten the knees. Knees bend. Shift over the other way. Pick up the free foot as much as you can gently. Put it back down. Two knees bent. Come center between two legs bent. Straighten. Great job. Bend. Great. Shift. Nice and tall in that leg. With the standing leg being bent. Lift. That's right. Foot down. Come back over two legs and straighten. Bend. Great. Shift. Nice. Pick up that free foot. You got it. Put it down. Come back between two legs and stand tall. One more each way. Great. Bend. Breathe. Take the whole body over, not just the hip. Easy. Pick up that floor side foot, the free foot. I guess both of the floor side foot really, huh? 2 feet down. Come back between two knees bent and then straighten. Bend. Great. Shift over that stand leg. Take your shoulders and hips with you. Pick up the leg that you're not standing on, keeping your standing leg bent. 2 feet down. Come back center and then straighten both legs. Great. Feel free to use your pole. You can have it in the same side or the opposite side. Here we go. We can go forward. Both knees bend. Shift forward. The back heel can lift. As you shift forward, you're going to shift forward and over onto that stand leg. Pick up the back toes if you can. Toes down. Shift back. Heel down. And straighten both legs there. Great job. Again, bend. Shift way forward and over to that standing leg side. Can you lift the toes, keeping the front leg bent? Toes down. Shift back, two legs, heels down. Straighten both knees, breathing. Bend. Shift forward and over onto that standing leg. Great job. Keep the knee bent. Pick up the back toes if you can. Put the toes back down. As you shift back to two legs, heel down, and straighten both legs. Switch sides. Nice work. Again, feel free to use your pole, whatever you got. Bend both knees. As you shift forward and over onto that standing leg, back heel will lift. Can you pick up those back toes and stay right where you are otherwise? Toes down. Shift back to two legs evenly, heels down. Straighten both legs. Great. Bend both knees. Shift forward and over to that standing leg. Pick up the back toes if you can. Put the toes down. Shift back onto two legs, two knees bent, and then straighten. One more time, both knees bend. Shift forward and over onto that standing leg. Great job. Keep the knee bent. Pick the toes up. Toes down. Shift back to two knees bent, two heels down, and then straighten. Reverse your legs. You can always have your supporting system if you need to. Easy. Great. We're going to go back now. Both knees bent. You shift back in space, which is quite challenging. When you shift back, make sure it's not just the hips that go back. Not just your hips. You take your whole body back in space. Try to pick up that front foot, keeping your body over that back leg. Front foot down. Shift forward and straighten both legs. Great. You bend. Shift back over that back leg. Try to pick up that front foot. Good. Front foot down. Shift forward, bend both knees, and stand tall. Great job. You bend. Shift back in space without the hip going out to the side. That's challenging. Pick up that front foot. Great. Foot down. Shift forward, both knees are bent, and stand tall. Switch legs. Goes by bing, bang, boom. Not too far apart, front to back. Here we go. Bend both knees. Shift your shoulders, go with you onto that back leg. The hip does not get to go out to the side. Pick up that front foot. Put the foot down. Both knees are bent to come between them and straighten. Great job. Both knees bent, feet on the floor. Shift to the back leg, take the shoulders with you over the hips. Pick up the front heel, maybe toes. Keep the back leg bent. Toes, heel down. Both knees bent, come between your legs evenly, and straighten. One more time. Bend. Great. Shift back in space. Nice. Pick up the front heel, toe. You got it. Put the toe, heel down. Shift forward between two legs, knees bent, and stand up nice and tall. And that was really, really great. You can feel the strength that's required to do those what look like unassuming movements. And that's going to help us really focus on not just falling out of balance. If you have a sense of a bent leg when you're balancing, you'll have a lot more control when you're in an unstable environment, when something throws you off balance. We're going to go over more of that in our next video, for number 3. I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Eric. This is Nucleus Strength. I look forward to exercising with you in the future. Yours in good health. Take care.